Sag, jumping into 24, looking at the beginning of the year right now. Just going to move through it and see what comes through. Right now you're being asked to protect your long-term vision, to invest in things for the long term. This may mean expressing something, having to communicate something, or put something out that makes you feel vulnerable. Maybe you've written a book, maybe you've written some kind of creative writing. Maybe there's some kind of artwork or gift that you have that you're being asked to really share with others, putting yourself in the spotlight. It feels like in order to bring some kind of long-term goal to fruition, that it means really moving through some kind of uncomfortable expression. This is starting to feel like Cappy's read. Maybe check that if you feel guided to. You may feel like you're making a lot of sacrifices at this time, that you're in a place of sacrifice right now, in some kind of lack. It's like a choice to put yourself in lack, or it could feel like that because you're having to turn down things that make you feel good, or turn down things that are comfortable for something better. Conflicts are going to be resolved as you move through the year, but right now it feels like things could be feeling potent. Things could be feeling heavy, that you know exactly what you need to do, what the next step is, but regardless of knowing that, regardless of knowing you've got the capacity and the ability and the expertise to do something, to pull something off, that it's still scary, there's still fear there, it's overwhelming. What's coming through with this Two of Wands energy, which sometimes comes through as crossroads, sometimes comes through as just success, victory. But what's coming through here is how he's holding on with the world in his hand, but it's like holding on with one hand, holding on to the world. It feels like you're clinging onto the familiar in between two worlds. It's that armband energy when you're learning to swim. It's time to take the armbands off. It's time to let go of the shore, to let yourself be free, to flow into this new adventure. You've seen what you can create. You may have already created that in your mind's eye. Now it's a case of letting go of the old. It could feel like leaving the nest for the first time, because there's something new that you're embarking on, a new journey, a new adventure. It's just having the trust, the courage, the faith, the belief in yourself and in source to let go. There could have been a lot of destruction. You may be feeling the aftermath of some kind of destruction. It's giving that Kali energy. You could have really felt this energy running through you. It's giving kind of dark feminine. Old paradigms being ripped down, old systems, old beliefs, patterns. Having to fully let go of something. It's like nothing left, rising from the ashes. Everything that was is no longer. Or there's some kind of illusion that's been shattered that is no longer. As January closes out, January, February, something's going to be shifted. You may be receiving news about something that's gone in your favour. If you're waiting for some kind of decision, something, some kind of conclusion, some kind of outcome. It's like justice in your favour, things going your way, the answer that you wanted, the answer you were hoping for, things balancing out. It feels like overcoming fears, being able to let go, identifying the root of why you've been maybe holding on or scared to make certain moves, make certain changes. It feels like this is brought to light. Things are really balancing out as the month closes out. Something could have had you out of your heart space, could have had you close your heart down, some kind of trauma, some kind of situation. It's like you can see your own intentions changing. You can see your own decisions changing, your own feelings about things changing as you open your heart. seeing what really makes you happy. It feels like maybe moving from a place of making decisions based on lust or on some kind of short-term satisfaction to making decisions that truly align with you, align with your values. It feels like a very deep kind of energy, not looking at the surface level, the surface value of things. Maybe in terms of you used to go after things because of how they looked. Now maybe it's more about how they feel. There's a lot of blessings coming in for you and for yours, something to do with family or something you've been working on for you and loved ones, or for you and a community. It feels like the power of your own ability to manifest goes to a different level. There's something coming through about Valentine's Day. I don't really believe in the whole concept of this, but it's like it's coming through. There's something about Valentine's Day, or maybe that date, maybe something around February, that there's some kind of blessing, some kind of shift when it comes to finances, maybe a windfall of money or some kind of opportunity. A lot of abundance surrounding you and yours, contentment, happiness, peace. Feels like being in your heart space. That parasympathetic space, enjoying the opportunities that you've created for you and yours. Yes, 3 of Wands, the Sun. 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. The Devil. Yeah, everything's a choice. There's going to be some realization when it feels like all of a sudden things just shift. Blessings come flying in. Manifestations are coming to fruition. Things are coming together. And it feels like there's some realization of why there was a delay. That maybe the headspace you were in the past is like, it could have led you to getting carried away or valuing the wrong things. Because of certain things that you've gone through, it's like you're making decisions now where it's like nothing can sway you in the physical. There's nothing that you can be bribed with. There's nothing that could influence you, that could... Not waiting for someone to save you. It's like even if someone comes and offers you something, it's like understanding your own power, not being able to be swayed out of integrity because of some kind of offer, because of an amount of money tied to an opportunity, because of some kind of fame or fortune or luxury. Putting an end to some kind of impulsive energy, maybe addiction, but it's not coming through like that as the majority. The Devil, 10 of Swords, the Lovers. This Lovers card's coming through like a choice. It's like the difference between selling your soul or not. That's how it's coming through. Yeah, the World, Devil, 10 of Swords, the Lovers. You're going to be investing in different things because of the epiphanies that you've had in the past. Maybe even still having now, like with this internal conflict energy coming through January. Like it's like right now in this present moment, it feels like you quickly move out of this. Something balances out. The energies are helping for things to balance out right now. It may not make sense why your days are flowing as they are, or why there's some kind of pattern interruption. You could feel like you make plans to do X, Y, Z, and then they get thrown out of whack, and you end up just resting or doing something that you see as unproductive. It's like you can't plan for what you don't know's coming. The Divine's at work here. Keep following your gut. It's not a case of not taking action, but don't be hard on yourself if things don't go as you planned. the Empress, let go, the Star, hello. Look at this. You're here to make a change. It's like you could be waiting for some kind of opportunity, or you could have been waiting for some kind of opportunity to know who to work for, and then it's like you're meant to be working for yourself, or like what platform to be putting something out on, but then it's like you're meant to be making your own platform. What song to sing, but then it's like you're meant to be writing your own song. There's something here about you didn't miss out on opportunities because you weren't good enough for them. But if you had those opportunities, there wouldn't have been any want, any drive, or any incentive to create your own way. It's like you're bigger than what you were planning for, and you've either seen that or you're about to see that you're here to be a change, to make a change, to do something differently. Maybe you wasn't given what you needed. It's like you wasn't given what you were needed to do something because you were meant to find your own way. It feels like finding that way. It's like closing out the year, being the change that you set out to create. I'm hearing why buy a house, build a house. And so many different things are coming through with that. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Maybe you're maybe you're actually building a house. Maybe you're building something from scratch. That's not a house, but just building something in the physical, a business or whatever it is. Or doing something differently. Like the way you're physically moving or creating something, it's not in a way that's been done before. Even if there's similarities, it's like there's something different, something unique. Creating your own blueprint. Understand that delays were so that you could really make the most of something, of your own potential, so that you didn't end up settling in something that looked like a come up from where you were, but it wasn't really as far up as you could be. The world. Alright, one more on the end of this. Follow your first instincts. It feels like there's a continuous lesson here of following your gut. There could have been a lot of situations in your life where it's like you knew something was the case, but you didn't act on it, and then you found out you were right all along. It feels like just by you following your gut, by following that internal guidance system and cultivating trust in that, regardless of what that external looks like. For example, turning down an offer that looks good because you know it's not. Even if there's no external evidence to confirm that. It's like something's been balanced out where you're able to see through illusion. You're able to see clearly. It feels like because you're able to connect to your intuition. For some of you, it's like your intuition's been this strong all along. But not being able to connect to your intuition because maybe being blurred by some kind of anxiety, being in survival mode. How when we're disconnected, when we're ungrounded, we can't really connect like that. Feels like something's been blurring your vision. Maybe it took something to break your heart for you to really commit to yourself. It's like just because it's difficult or just because it feels like there's some resistance, don't use that as a reason to stop. Stay committed, 111. Stay committed, know you've made the right decisions. Continue to expand emotionally, to honour your emotions. It's like the more we dive into things, the deeper we dive, the higher we fly. There's things that you've maybe had to face or still facing with this 5 of Wands. that could be heavy. It's like, don't run from these feelings, don't run from doing that inner work, but make sure you invest time back into filling your cup. If you're feeling drained, and giving yourself time for that. Something's coming up to share about like when I'd have panic attacks when I was at a 9 to 5. It's like if I was having panic attacks and it left me like the symptoms, the things that happen when you're having that physical attack, from like your digestive system cutting off, blood not flowing in the same way, your mind shutting down, hyperventilating, heart palpitations, cardiovascular issues, inflammation, all the things that come with that. It's like the priority for a long time was feeling guilty for having the attack because I should be doing this, or I should be at work, or I should be, it's like looking down at yourself. So as soon as that attack was over, it's like the priority was quickly like mopping up the sweat or wiping the tears, and then getting myself looking aesthetically pleasing as possible and going about the day, getting to work. Forget how I'm feeling, the priority is what needs to be done. And after however long of doing that, then it finally clicked to fill my cup back up after these situations. That if it takes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, if it means coming out of that work or taking time out, and I get this isn't possible for everyone, this is just an example, to do that. That as long as the attack was, it's like if I had spent 2 hours in survival mode, I'd give myself 2 hours or 3 hours to rest, to relax, to pamper myself, to regulate. The same way as if you're unwell physically, that you'd create space for that. This is coming through, maybe it's not some kind of mental health or a panic attack or trauma that you're dealing with, but in that same way it may be something spiritual. How, unless you actually have like a broken arm or some kind of physical mark that people can see and say that you're ill, that we don't really get rewarded or encouraged to rest, to look after ourselves, to recover. Feels like you may need to create space how you would if you was physically sick or seen as society sick, to rest, to recuperate, to make a healthy meal, to meditate, to slow down. Maybe have some kind of like herbal teas, like connect to herbs, different things, different meanings, different healing abilities, different intentions. It's like, do something for you. Be kind to yourself as you're moving through this conflict. Yeah, you do need to move through it. Don't dismiss it, but find that balance where you create space to care for yourself as you move through it. Hermit, 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands. The only way out is in. Commit. You will overcome obstacles. The energy we put into something is the energy we get out of it. It's like when you decide that you're all the way the thing you want to be is when you'll be it. Instead of waiting for someone else to tell us that we're good enough or that we are the thing. Something's coming through. Someone commented about counselling, wanting to be a counsellor, but waiting for that path to open up to really give counsel. And it's like, I've been to therapy. I stopped going to therapy when I was young because it's like I was advised to go to therapy from like the school system and stuff. So, and I remember just going and kind of trying to play along, not really being open-minded to it and all the rest of it. And I'm not putting therapy down in any way. Like, I get it's necessary and it helps a lot of people. But there's therapists that I've seen that have really, that I've left that place and it's been I've left in a worse way. That there's been no epiphany, there's been nothing but some kind of like making something worse. And then it's like you could be out and you could see somebody or sit next to somebody on a bench that says something to you that completely changes your narrative, that sparks some epiphany moment. It's like, don't wait for somebody or a piece of paper or a certificate to tell you that you are the thing. Know you're the thing now. It's like somebody that does a life coaching course but has not had any life experience, or that's lived a very sheltered life, or doesn't have an understanding of human behaviour. It's like there's only so much that textbook could teach, but there's someone could have gone through the ups and downs of trials and tribulations, overcome many things, understand many things, but doesn't have that certificate. It's like you could learn a lot more from somebody that's not qualified. Validate yourself as qualified. You're qualified because this is what you came here to do. And the same thing with that man on the bench kind of example, that if you're here to serve and you're here to help in a certain way, that just going about your day, just start helping in that way, or start doing what you do in any way you can. Because it's like you move first. You take the first step. When you're serious, when you're ready, how does Source know you're serious? When you're doing the thing, when you're being the thing. Regardless of resource, regardless of support, regardless of finance, regardless of anything. Use what you have, start where you are. Do what you can. Page of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Things will change as you change. It's like there's already been a lot that's shifted internally. It's like time to really walk the talk. If you're feeling dissatisfied, it's like, why? It's like you're not being punished. If you're not being punished, then why are these things happening? Four of Cups, Queen of Swords. Getting real honest with yourself about what's being communicated with you through these signs, through these obstacles, through these tribulations. Like, what are you being guided to do? How are you being guided to step up? Some of you, it's to realise that certain things are going to be different moving forward in terms of the world in general. Six of Cups, King of Wands, Ace of Wands. Do something different to get a different result. The Magician. Number 1. You can do anything, take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. This is falling on the Five of Wands. The internal conflict is like, to really get out of that inner turmoil, the answer is to take action. It's like if you're feeling unsettled, it's like your body's signaling to you that there's something you need to do, or something you need to express, something that needs to be shifted, transmuted, moved into action. The Will. Number 10. Delays are over. Sudden or unexpected good luck. A new car or travel. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. Travelling or relocating. The Lizard. Number 36. Dreamtime. If Lizard dreamed a space in your cards today, it may be time to look and see what is following along behind you. Is it your fears, your future trying to catch up to you, or is it the part of you that wants to ignore your weakness and humanness? Lizard may be telling you to pay attention to your dreams and their symbols. Make a dream log and record all that you remember. Be sure to pay attention to each individual symbol or recurring pattern. Imagination is the door to all new ideas and creations. As you examine the dreaming process, you will find that the subconscious is processing all the recorded messages it holds concerning the events you experience during the day. These messages can be suppressed feelings, bringing inner conflict, or they can be new ideas or goals, other dimensions of awareness, future events, warning signals, or desires and hopes. In one sense, Contrary Lizard is insisting that you look to your imagination for new experience. This is necessary when life becomes dull or full of boredom. On the other hand, Contrary Lizard may also apply to those who dream too much, refusing to use their dreams as tools to manifest that same vision in their lives. All levels of awareness are accessible through dreams. Remember, life is not always as it seems. Are you the dreamer or are you the dreamed? Page 181 to 183. That last bit's lizard in reverse, but I was just guided to read that about the subconscious and in dream state. Take what resonates. Number 65. The Mabia. An extremely elevated spirit, he lives his life at a deep level and is generous and noble. He has enormous possibilities for success and financial help in his searches and expeditions. The useful discoveries he makes, which are very important to him, bring him renown. With his positive way of thinking, he could break any jinx. Attribute, God who is the source of wisdom. Planet, the moon. Reasons for invoking, to give us wisdom and success in business, to protect us on sea voyages. Page number 45. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.